Hey everyone, it's Ernie from Kitchen Tumblers and I am back. It has been a long time since I have recorded a video, but I've got to tell you that it has been a lot going on. So as you know, we have the pandemic going on and we have a lot of social unrest going on. And with me being a nurse, with me being a black woman, it has just been very difficult to even muster up the strength to create content. I have been working tirelessly making masks for our hospital and some of the essential workers in my town. I've also been selling masks online. And so my main focus really has been getting everybody covered in masks. But I am back. I think I'm ready. There was a little bit of mental health, taking time for myself and self-care during all of this, because being a nurse and living in this COVID-19 reality is very difficult. Knowing people have passed, knowing the amounts of people that have passed, seeing people take it extremely seriously, seeing people take it not seriously at all, making sure that my family is taken care of, not being able to work, all those types of things really just all came crumbling in. So I had no desire to create content. I just really wanted to focus on my family, on myself, and making sure that we were all okay. But I feel like I can say that I'm back and I'm ready to get started again. And I appreciate all of the kind messages that I've received from a lot of you, asking where I am, hoping that I'm okay, praying that I'm okay, and not really stressing me to get back out there, but just kind of checking in. And I truly appreciate that. I also want to give a shout out to Arteza, who is a craft company or art company. They sell a lot of art supplies. They have reached out to me, making sure that I was okay too during this time. And I think that's pretty special that they did. So I'm a proud affiliate of them, especially for that. So without further ado, let's get back into it. I miss you guys and I hope you enjoyed this video. So today we'll be using a 32-ounce plump from Steel Magnolia, flat white primer paint by Rust-Oleum, and sandpaper. And it really doesn't matter the grit, it just depends on how hard you're going to sand your tumbler. So just continue sanding your tumbler, and the whole point of this is just to remove that shiny coating on the outside of the tumbler. You'll find that you'll have a better adhesion with your paint if you do it this way. Now that you've sanded, you're going to want to wash your tumbler with Dawn soap. I prefer Dawn because it really cuts any grease that could be left over from your fingerprints. Once you have washed it, make sure you dry it off with a heat gun or a hair dryer. I prefer the heat gun because it gives a little bit of a drier heat. It also helps to heat up the cup. I find that when you spray paint your cup, if the cup is hot, it tends to adhere better and it doesn't give off those ripples or those drips. Also spritz it with about a 91% alcohol and then hit it with the heat dryer again. Now this is very important. The video is sped up here, but I'm using short, quick burst of the spray paint. So I'm not just holding my finger down on the spray paint. I am doing quick, short bursts, doing a sweeping motion, and that will also help aid in making sure that you don't have any drips on your tumbler. So quick, short burst. once you have finished spray painting, go ahead and set your paint using the heat gun. It will also help to kind of cure that paint onto the tumbler. Here are the supplies that I'll be using to achieve the watercolor process. Alcohol inks, alcohol, cheap paint brushes. I'll be using Arteza Mica powders and a distress spray. I'm not going to talk much here, but I want you to just kind of look at the process. I'm going to drop the ink, the alcohol inks, onto the tumbler, and then I'm going to use a paintbrush to manipulate the inks by moving them around with alcohol. So I'll just dip it in alcohol, and that'll help thin out the spray paint, thin out the alcohol ink color so that you have dark spots and then you have light spots. And that's how you kind of move around to achieve that watercolor look. And you can choose any colors that you want. Now, using the black alcohol ink, I'm going to put some on my hand and then strategically accent the tumbler with some black little lines here and there. You do not want to drop the black alcohol ink directly onto the tumbler because it's a very powerful color with alcohol ink, and it could take over the whole tumbler. So you really want to control, you know, for this method that I'm using, you want to control how much black you put on there. Alright, so now we are going to use the Arteza Mica powders, and I just want to take a second to take a look at all these beautiful mica colors that come in this mica set. If you are starting out, this is all you need when it comes to micas. I mean, because micas are so versatile, you can use them pretty much in all of your crafts. But you get 60 individual mica powders in these cute little bottles, and they are going to last a long time. So I got the matching color mica powders along with the gold, and I'm just going to kind of rub the mica powders onto some of the spots just to give a shimmering effect. Now we are ready to seal with our triple thick clear glaze spray. After letting it dry, we're going to go ahead and mix your epoxy of choice. For my first layer, I'm using the Fast Set epoxy, and I'm doing 20 ml part A and B. Then you want to get some gilded flakes off Amazon, and I will link that below. And you're going to mix that into your epoxy. So once you mix your 20 ml of part A, 20 ml of part B, you're going to put some gilded flakes down into another cup and then pour that in there, and we're going to mix it all together. Go ahead and apply your first layer of epoxy, allowing it to dry for whatever the recommendation is for the particular epoxy that you are using. In this case, I'm using the Fast Set epoxy that sets in 2 hours, but this is not to be used as a final coat. So if you do use this epoxy, make sure that this epoxy is only for your in-between coat. So I am not going to put a decal on this cup just yet, but I'm going to go ahead and apply a second layer of epoxy just to cover any of the raised gilded flakes that may pop up that will not give it a smooth surface. y'all, and that is all. So go ahead and do it. Don't be intimidated by this process. You are never going to get the tumbler to turn out the same, so it's always going to be a different tumbler every time, and that's what I love about abstract art. So jump on it. Make sure you tag me on Instagram with your beautiful creations. I cannot wait to see it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button and share it with all of your Tumbler loving friends. I am so glad to be back, and I will be posting videos weekly. Thanks guys. Bye.